أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي ربي زدني علما وألحقني بالصالحين. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you guys? Are you all fine? Are you all fine, guys?
Welcome, sir.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
السلام عليكم
Assalamualaikum, sir.
سر.
Wa alaikum assalam wa
السلام عليكم سر.
Assalamualaikum, sir.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Assalam,
السلام عليكم
Assalamualaikum,
سر.
sir.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you guys? Are you all fine? Okay, so today we are going to explain the unit. So this is unit number 1, and we are going to explain it the wise all. In this very unit, as we saw that the story is all about two sparrows, a prince, a snake, and a wise owl. Okay, the wise owl is going to change what the life or save the life of his best friends, the two sparrows. So this is all about the wisdom of that owl. Once upon a time, sorry, we'll have to start from the words to know. Base. The word base means the lowest part of something, the foundation, the base, okay, or the root of something, anything that starts from the very point or the starting point of anything, any building, any tree or anything, okay, that is called root. That is called what? Root. And the next is roused. Roused mean when something is stirred, when something is what someone is woke up, or someone is going to get up, or someone is going to what rise. The next is cell. So cell, that is a type of a tree that the habitat of that trees are that they will be over there what by the bank of the river, by the bank of the river. So the next is screech. So screech is a shrilling noise, a high pitched cry or scream. Okay, when someone is screaming out of pain or out of panic, that is called screeching. And especially the sound of the birds, okay, when they are in trouble, when they are in somehow in misery. And the next is slithering. So slithering means moving along or sliding along, okay, on a surface, okay, just like a snake moves or a snake does. So that is called slithering. The next is wisdom. That is a human phenomena, or we will say that is an animal phenomena that is everywhere in the universe. It is fixed or built in the in every what creature of Allah Almighty, that they use their eyes, their ears, their brain, so their senses to decide whether to go, whether to stop, and where to go and where to stop, what to do, what not to do, what to say and what not to say. So all these things, they are related to our brain or cognitive development. Okay, so experiences, they are needed to make sensible, to make advantageous decisions. Okay, the wise owl, once upon a time, two sparrows lived in a great sal tree which stood on the bank of a wide river. But they liked the sal tree. Sorry, there were plenty of trees beside the river, but they liked the sal tree the best. Every year, the sparrows built a new nest in one of the many hollows in the tree's trunk. So, in this small 4 lines paragraph, we are introduced to the setting, we are introduced to the two sparrows, we are introduced to their life, that how was their life, okay, and all these things. So, in the first line, okay, we are told that there were two sparrows. So we get the point that the story, the entire story is about what? The two sparrows and their life, and maybe a specific incident that happened to them, okay, a catastrophe that happened to them. The story is all about them. And how was their life? Their life was peaceful, their life was a happy life, their life was somehow the best life. There were no tensions, no worries, nothing. Okay, they were living a peaceful life, they were living a satisfactory life. Okay, and they were, their home was just by the river, by the bank of a river, a wide river. So the scene of their what home, or the location that was the best. They can see, they can enjoy the people coming and going, okay, to the river, and whatsoever in the locality that happens, they can see, they can observe all these things, and they can enjoy these scenic beauties. So they were having a beautiful and a peaceful life, okay, and there were plenty of trees beside the river. So over here we can see that the love of the sparrows, okay, that it is specifically related or fixed to the cell tree. There were many trees, okay, by the bank of the river. There were many trees, but they loved the cell tree the best. They were in love with this tree. Okay, that is why they had built a home or a nest over there in that very tree. Every year, the sparrows built a new nest in one of the many hollows in the tree's trunk. So, what was going to happen every year when they lay the eggs and then hatched it, and then the newborns they come out of it, okay, their kids, their babies, so they used to shift them to the new hollows or holes in the tree's trunk. So in this very paragraph, we are told about the happy life of the sparrows, okay, and the location of their home, that it was somehow in a beautiful cell tree that which they loved the most. And whenever the newcomers in shape of their kids, they used to come to the world, they used to make or build a home or a hole or a nest over there in the trunks tree for them. Now, the entire tree that was occupied by them, the holes were there, okay, in them. The family members, they were living, no stranger, no outsider was over there. The entire family, they were living together. They were living together. So this was what? This was somehow the explanation of the first paragraph, that the two sparrows they're living over there, okay, and they were happy and peaceful, and they loved the cell tree, okay, and whenever some newcomer come to their or comes to their life, they built a new home for them in the cell tree's trunk. Now this part of the river was the favorite swimming place of a prince. Now, where the tree is or where their home is, this was the favorite swimming spot or part of a prince. Now we are introduced to a new character in this very story, and the new character is a prince. Prince is the son of a ruling king or a king. So what was the prince doing? He loved to ride. The hobbies or the love of the prince that was or were, we would say, he used to love two things: to ride, okay, to ride on beautiful horses. And the next hobby or the next love was that he used to love hunting. After a hot, dusty ride on one of his fine horses, so after having a beautiful ride, a hot ride, a dusty ride on one of his finest horses, okay, he loved to what? To ride and hunt. After a hot, dusty ride on one of his fine horses, the prince liked nothing better than to have a quiet swim in the cool water. So, after finishing the ride, after finishing the hunt, his hobby was to have the best swim in the cool water, to have a quiet swim in the cool water. So his hobby was to swim. Okay, the third hobby was to swim in the cool water. So in the second paragraph, we are introduced to to the prince and his habits. So prince was a young man, okay, having energies and love for so many adventures, okay. And the first adventure was to ride on beautiful horses. The next was to hunt upon them, and the third was to have what are to have a quiet swim in the cool water. So this was all about the second paragraph. One day in the spring, the mother sparrows laid some eggs. The sparrows were delighted. The sparrows were delighted. Okay, in the afternoon, they sat happily on a branch and watched the prince splashing about in the river below. But when they returned to to their nest, they found that their eggs had disappeared. They were most upset and flapped about, making a great noise. The father sparrow suddenly observed or saw the tail of a long snake slithering into a hole at the base of a tree. He understood what had happened. So in this long paragraph or longer paragraph, we are introduced to an incident or accident in the life of these two sparrows, that they were living happily and peacefully. Okay, one day they were enjoying what? The swim of the prince. Okay, and at the same time the mother sparrow, she had laid some eggs. Okay, and this was spring season, and they were sitting over there happily on a branch, and they were watching the beautiful prince splashing the water about in the river below. So when the friends had gone, or sorry, when the prince was what? He was swimming over there. At the same time, they returned to their home, to their nest, and they found that their eggs were disappeared or had disappeared. They were most upset and tell of a long, sorry, they were most upset and flapped about, making a great noise. So they were really annoyed, they were really in tension, they were really worried, and out of tension, they flapped their wings just like the mad or crazy birds. Okay, so they were now angry, and like the angry birds, they flapped their wings and made somehow a lot of noise. The father sparrow suddenly saw the tail of a long snake slithering into a hole at the base of a tree. Then at the same moment, okay, the father sparrow, he saw, okay, that a snake was entering into a hole. He saw its tail, okay, its tail. And where was the hole? The hole was at the base of a tree. He understood what had happened. He understood. Then he got to the point that what was the reason of the egg's disappearance. Okay. So that was the thing, that in this paragraph we are told about the incident, the catastrophe, okay, that happened to them, that their eggs were missing, and they were really upset, really worried for their coming babies. Okay, they were really in tension, and they were so much worried that they were flapping their wings and making a loud or great noise. And then the father sparrow saw a snake slithering into a hole. Okay, and he understood that what was the reason of what? The disappearance of the eggs. The sparrows fluttered from branch to branch and made such a noise that they woke their friend. Now the birds, they were angry, the birds, they were worried, the birds, they were afraid, and they were really in tension. They were crying, they were weeping, and They were expressing their anger and their tension while fluttering their what? Their wings so sharply and fast. Okay, so they were making a great noise with their wings. They were fluttering their wings. So they woke their friend, and that noise woke their friend, the old, their best friend, their companion, their supporter. Okay, he wanted to know what was going on, so they told him about the missing eggs and what and the snake. They told him that they were so upset that they were going to leave the old cell tree forever. In the fourth paragraph, we are introduced to the character of a snake in the story. Sorry, of an owl in the story. That what was the character of that very thing and who the owl was. So we are told that the owl was their best chum or best friend of the sparrows. Whenever they used to be in tension or in somehow in difficulty, they used to come to him. Okay, and then the the wise owl, he would give them a working plan and they will get rid of the tension. So similar was the case that both of them, they came to their best friend to inform him about the catastrophe, about their situation, the miserable condition of their life, that their coming kids they were missing, the eggs they were missing, and they also told him that they had seen a snake slithering into a hole, and they told him that our emotions are so much hurt that we don't even want to live over here furthermore. We want to leave this beautiful tree, this beautiful home forever, because now there is no peace, because over here now there is no security. We are somehow we are prone to all these risks. To live over here, it is now risky for us. That is why we want to leave this tree forever. So we saw that both of the sparrows, they fluttered their wings with high noise, okay, and they came to their friend the owl, and then they narrated the entire story to the owl, and then the owl was over there to give them the plan. The owl listened to their sad story, and he nodded his head and rolled his eyes and told him, "What? Don't worry, my friend," said the owl. Now the owl, he was a wise, what? Friend of them. He listened to them very carefully. He tried to understand the situation. And now he was rolling, what? His big eyes. It means that he was in deep thoughts. He was in search of a solution, that what can we do with the snake to secure our home, okay, from such conditions, from such dangers. So he was rolling his eyes and he told his friends, okay, the what, the sparrows, that please do not worry. No need to leave your home, okay? Our tree, that is your tree. You must not think of leaving your nest. You are even not allowed to leave your nest, to leave your home and going away because of the horrid snake. There is no need to leave your home and get away from the tree just because of that terrible and somehow that that horrid snake. Okay, the word horrid means frightening, frightening. Why don't you get rid of him? Instead of leaving the home, why don't you just make a plan to get rid of him, to kill him, okay, or to get yourself free of the risk of that very snake? So boys, this was all about the, what is that, the explanation of the unit. And if you still have any question, I'm over here to answer. Once upon a time means a time in past, and sal tree, that is a type of tree, okay, and stood means second form of stand, And peaceful and happy, that is a condition in which we can are okay, a mental stability when there is so peace, when there is no quarrel, when there is no tension, when there is no panic in life, that is a peaceful and happy life. And plenty mean more or abundance, you can say. And beside mean by the side, okay. And same is what is that? Nest mean home of these sparrows or birds. Hollows mean holes, okay. And trunk mean this place. Trunk mean this place of a tree, or you can say stem. But stems, they are somehow thin, and trunk is strong and we would say heavy and big. And spring, that is a season, okay, one of the season of four season of the year. And then to lay eggs mean you know that uh, the birds, they used to what, to lay eggs. And then the next thing is fluttering mean okay, watch mean observe, see. And splashing mean when someone is hitting the water and the water particles or drops, they are splashing, that is called splash, okay. Reflecting, return, come back. And flap mean to move the wings with heavy or with high force, okay, to make a great or high pitch sound. And then suddenly mean something that you do on the spot or suddenly, okay, or quickly. And then the next thing is once again, flutter is once again that thing, okay, to move your wings with full swing, okay. And missing mean to disappear, and missing is same thing. And slithering, as we know that to slide, okay, okay, or to move like a snake, as the snake was entering the hole. And nodded mean to what, to shake your head in positivity or to say yes, okay. Roll mean to move in circular what motion or direction. And the next is mm, to leave mean to forsake, okay, or to migrate the from the nest. And horrid mean a thing that is dangerous, a thing that is somehow frightening. So this was all about what the explanation of the unit. If you still feel that there is some word or something that is difficult, you can ask me. Any problem wise, any tension or difficulty, you can ask me. Anyone? No problem? Nothing? So thank you so much, guys. Inshallah, see you tomorrow. Allah Hafiz.